With a warm climate and a seemingly laid-back lifestyle, Australia has long been one of the top destinations for Irish emigrants wishing to escape the economic downturn of recent years. Talking with people locally, I found a positive view of Australia and the lifestyle it has to offer.
My wife lived there for a few years and she has wonderful photographs of Aboriginal culture.
Lovely beaches, nicer climate.
The Great Barrier Reef is a thing I would really love to see.
The lifestyle seems to me to be pretty relaxed. They have a good outdoor life.
Yet the Australian way of life isn't for everyone, and I spoke to one family who have since returned to Ireland. Julie and Gay Bermingham, along with their 3 children, Michael, Colin and Kate Ann, moved to Townsville, Queensland in 2012 when work started to dry up at home in County Galway.
It's a fairly big town, but it's a very kind of country town. Backward would be a word I would use to describe it, but it's okay. It's got its nice bits.
Julie and her son Colin told me about working life in Australia.
You're in bed by 9 o'clock at night because you're up at 5:30 in the morning. It was just an existence, not a life.
We never did anything out there other than go to work and school, and that was it. Just go home.
The Birminghams found that the people of Townsville tended to have a somewhat stereotypical view of the Irish.
It's almost like they're 20 years behind socially. The Irish are constantly asked, oh, can you say Thursday or can you say 3? And it's almost like they expect us to be like leprechauns that don't know how to speak properly.
Who did you murder, or are you a spy?
On my first day of school, the teacher asked me, am I from the good part of Ireland or the bad part?
They think every Irishman is IRA.
I learned a little about the outdoor lifestyle in Townsville.
If you decide to go swimming in the sea, you're dealing with sharks, or you've got crocodiles, or you've got the Irukandji jellyfish. If you go out in the grass, there's a snake, or there's a spider, or there's always something to be wary of. It's like the land of the forbidden fruit.
It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot.
The humidity is desperate. You're dealing with 45, 46 degrees.
Everything is expensive.
Rent is $500 a week. One round of shopping in Woolworths, which was one of the bigger shops, you're talking about between $200, $250. And to go out, you would buy 2 drinks, $20. It was just insane.
Julie told me about her experience of the schooling system in Townsville.
They don't have any school books at all. They get paper leaflets handed out to them. There was several rounds of incidents where the police were called in.
The people of Townsville had a very particular sense of fashion.
Luminous clothes and luminous leggings, and you walk into the shopping centre and you're listening to Wham! And you're like, is this like a time warp or what? Where are we?
I put zinc cream on my nose, I am an Australian. I wear thongs between my toes, I am an Australian.
I met a guy coming up the dual carriageway. He was walking north and he was hitching with all the cars going south.
Met this guy one day, he was doing traffic control, and we were talking about the tunnels in Brisbane and what they cost to build them. He said, $1 million. Yeah, he said, 100,000, he said. 1 million. And I started thinking, this is the guy that's doing traffic control. Is this a safe place to be at all?
After 2 years of living in Australia, the Birminghams decided they wanted to return home.
We made a conscious decision around the family. The decision was unanimous. The 19-year-old, the 16-year-old and the 13-year-old all wanted to go home. And the day I booked the tickets for flying back, my 13-year-old daughter said to me, I'm so glad this is the day I've been waiting for.
All you young people, now take my advice. Before crossing the ocean, you'd better think twice.